Slutar du aldrig att fråga?
Nej. Jag slutar aldrig.
Upp till sitter herran, han är ganska fjärran. Men din broder Satan möter du på gatan.
Vad har du gjort av min fru?
Sommaren är förstås bättre än vintern. För på sommaren slipper man frysa. Men våren är det allra bästa.
Då är det blåturans visgeneraler! Akta dig så inte lägger dig på käften. Så att du inte ens kan göra dina konster för turkar och kannibaler.
Pesten, den svarta döden, hemsökte Europa vid mitten av 1300-talet. Den härjar också i Sverige när riddaren Antonius Block är på hemväg från ett korståg. En gång drog han ut till det heliga landet som en trosviss ung krigare. Nu återvänder han, plågad av tvivel och ovisshet. Skulle det inte finnas någon Gud? Den tanken är honom outhärdlig. När döden plötsligt står framför honom vill han ha uppskov och lockar döden till ett parti schack. Ty innan han dör vill han ha gjort en enda meningsfull handling. Det får han tillfälle till när slumpen för i hans väg en liten gycklarfamilj som mitt i en värld av lidande och ondska bevarat sin ljusa förtröstan, sin glädje över att leva. Och när schackpartiet lider mot sitt slut slår han omkull pjäserna för att vinna tid. Och för att den lilla familjen ska hinna rädda sig undan döden.
Jag vaknar.
Since Dracula stalked the earth, has the world known so terrifying a day or night?
It is I who renounce you, and in the name of Satan, I place a curse upon you.
Black Sunday is like no motion picture you've ever seen. There are those who believe and those who do not. But both must know the suspense, the shock of meeting the living dead and of bringing the dead to life.
Look into my eyes. Embrace me. You will die, but I can bring you pleasures mortals cannot know.
Black Sunday, the most terrifying motion picture you'll ever see. Satan, wearing strange robes and fighting with all the furies of Hades, arouses the countryside to a frenzy of black terror.
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Friday Night Scream Stream. I'm your host, Spakenstein, joined as always by my very good friend, Mr. Evan Sink.
Good evening, everyone.
How are we doing tonight, Evan?
Doing swell. Welcome. Welcome to Friday.
Welcome to Friday, the first Friday in Shocktober.
Ooh, yeah. Happy Shocktober.
Happy Shocktober. It's, our favorite time of the year. We were talking about it last night, but, just can't stress enough how much fun this time of year is. It's getting chillier out, the leaves are falling, it's getting crispy out when you walk.
And it's okay, because we're 3 days into October, and I am already, elbow deep into the Halloween candy. It's I'm building up my my winter coat, my winter layer. I'll be warm.
Yeah, we gotta go ahead and plan ahead, obviously. But this is what really October. It's the perfect way to kind of set the rest of your year in motion correctly, the right way. You gotta do October right. You gotta eat a lot of candy.
Okay, what calendar are we on? Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, this is technically the start of the year.
Is it the start of the year or the end of the year? Would you want Halloween to be the very last day of the year or October 1st to be New Year's Day?
Yeah, I guess it would be the end of the year, because then it's okay, now I'm just waiting until a year from now when October starts again.
Okay.
So yeah, if you like Christmas functions in
Yeah.
December.
Yeah.
So,
we're just gonna
we start changing the calendar.
we're just gonna combine New Year's Eve and Halloween. So we'll see the ball will drop, but lo and behold, it's full of candy.
But Halloween already feels like New Year's because the next day I feel like a little depressed, a little like, oh my god.
Oh no. Oh
on to
fuck!
another
It's
year.
January.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to make resolutions. I have to start going back to the gym.
Yeah, that's how I feel about November, actually.
Oh, really?
And then it just happens again in January. Yeah, it's just kind of, thing. But we're living it up in Shocktober, and we're glad that you all are here with us tonight. Of course, all of our good friends are in the chat. Sears, Kathy, William, Tom. I know I saw Jack. Yep, I saw Jack in here. Hope y'all are all doing well tonight. It is, again, it's Friday, so we're here.
There's
celebrating
James.
lightly.
Welcome, James.
Yo, James in the house. Hey, James. Hope you're doing well on this Friday. We're unwinding on Friday, like we always do with some good old-fashioned public domain horror. And yeah, I mean, Shocktober, again, we've talked about it a lot this season. I like to observe patterns. As we get into Shocktober, I like to kind of, if I can start off with something kind of witchy or devilish, that's always a good kind of way to kick things off. And I believe,
Oh, Garrett, can you bump your mic up?
Did it
go
do
back
it
down?
again?
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it
can
on
see it
Garrett's
happen.
camera.
We have to, if it does it again,
Is it?
tell me. I'll be able to see it too.
Did it work?
Yeah, it worked. Oh, see, it does again. So all I gotta do.
Okay. Hang tight, everybody. Unplug it. Oh, okay. I thought there was gonna be more of a trick to it.
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Just unplug it, plug it back in.
Okay.
Now, we
Is that
should
better?
Should be good.
All good?
Should be good now. It's I'm like, yes, it's staying. This has been happening. I don't know. I gotta figure out that. I'm gonna make sure there's not something in my settings. Gremlins. It wouldn't be Shocktober if the Gremlins didn't come out to play.
Ooh, they're out.
Come on.
Gremlins are out.
The Gremlins are out.
They're loose.
They are loose. And yeah, I was just talking about witches and devilish things, and
Yeah.
then that happens. So
Yeah.
let's go figure. But yeah, I mean, a few years ago we saw Haxon, and that was, incredibly witchy, and a lot of fun. And then I think maybe it was last year we did The Devil's Messenger, which not really like, that was more of a 13 Demon Street kind of sell off. Let's burn these last 3 episodes in a movie.
Yeah, it's still an interesting experience at least.
I mean, yeah, we spent some time in hell.
Yeah, like the hell. Was that the one where there was the hole in the ground? We watched an anthology.
Oh,
movie.
you're thinking of Encounter with the Unknown, which was
Yeah.
narrated by Rod
Oh,
Serling.
Yeah, that one. But is that the one that had the recap at the end?
Yeah, that was the one
Yeah.
where the last 10 minutes were just a recap of everything you saw in the hour and 20 minutes before that. So
Strange.
90 minutes and the last 10 are just padding, recapping. It was awful. Pretty terrible. So we're getting back to the witchiness of Shocktober with this Shocktober 2025 with I guess this would be our first Soviet Russian film of the stream.
Yeah.
But because there's just not that many Soviet Russian horror films. Really, this is kind of the only one of the sound era.
Like at all, or just in the public domain?
Like at all.
Really?
And I'll be honest, I'm getting a little more iffy on the how public domain is this.
Okay. It's on Tubi.
I'll be
Did you
honest.
say
Well, yeah, but it's all over YouTube, and I mean, you know, the production company put it up on free for you on YouTube for free. You know, so it's just kind of there. And you know, so if anything, fair use at the end of the day,
Right,
Because
okay.
I've got a whole educational fact sheet with very faint printing, which doesn't look as faint on camera as it does in real life. But rest assured, my printer was not working tonight. Told Evan, technology was not working for me today.
Tonight is brought to you by the Shaquille O'Neal inkjet printer.
Yeah.
Never have faded pages again.
Never again, no. But we are going to be watching the 1967 film V, which is, again, it's from the USSR, not Russia, technically, you know, Soviet Union. And this is a folk horror film based on a novella by the author Nikolai Gogol, who maybe was Ukrainian or Russian, but he kind of, you know, he kind of presented this as based on folklore, but we're gonna find out as we get into it tonight. It's kind of a, you know, kind of mostly, you know, just his invention. You know, how much folklore is there? We're gonna find out.
If you make up a story and just say it's folklore, does it just become folklore?
But that's what people do. I mean, you think about even
if it picks up.
I mean, in folklore, if you want to use the term super loosely, you look at something like horror movies like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where they say this is based on actual events. This really happened, and it's not based on any actual events, and it didn't. But horror movies will freely do that.
Yeah.
So there's something to be said.
I mean, yeah, if it gets picked up and like the, you know, like the consciousness, like the public consciousness, then I guess it kind of becomes folklore. Would you say the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is kind of modern folklore, like those?
It's definitely folk horror, and that's one thing we're gonna get into tonight. We're gonna kind of talk about the genre of folk horror, kind of
like the
60s, 70s.
The Hook, right?
Right, like the Hook.
Like
yes.
the Hook.
Yeah, and urban legends spawn. Yes, it's all cyclical. It all feeds each other. So we'll talk about that tonight. And you know, this is, again, it's based on a very solid short. It's based on a novella that's gotten a lot of acclaim, and there's a lot of FX in here, and a lot of kind of crazy, frightening imagery.
Sheesh.
I mean,
we had some pretty
frightening,
crazy imagery in the pre-roll before the show started there.
Yeah, that cartoon, that was pretty
wild.
nightmarish.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a trip.
What a trip. Yeah, that was a night at Bald Mountain. And yeah, I mean, that's, you know, that was made in 33. And, you know, you can tell that's a very, like, impressionistic kind of piece of art. I think it's funny. Tonight's film is like, you know, again, don't expect an art film out of this.
Okay.
But that's the thing. That it is artistic, but it's also very much like, this is from Moss Film, the production company in the Soviet Union, like, because there's only one, because it's government owned. So imagine, like, if, you know, if the one production company is putting out a horror movie and it's the only one they ever put out. It's like,
wow. Okay,
this is like studio quality, studio level. This isn't like B.
It's just the first time they've ever done it. Right.
And the kind of the brainchild behind this, and we'll talk about him more tonight, Aleksandr Ptushko, he was, and this term is kind of debated, but he has been referred to in some circles as the Soviet Disney. So less an animator, more kind of like stop motion and effects, puppetry, that kind of stuff. A little more like the King Kong effects people and Ray Harryhausen and that kind of stuff. But
did they freeze him too?
Oh yeah. Oh, Russia is not gonna let their best minds.
It's cold there, right? You just kind of dump them out in the snow.
Dunk them in the lake, and they just turn into a block of ice. And thaw them out when they get all that sorted. But yeah. So it should be a lot of fun. If you haven't seen this, you're in for a treat. And
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. To Jenna's point, do you know? We've got subtitles tonight, but is the language, is it Russian or is it Ukrainian?
That's a great question. I'm not sure.
I don't think I could like pick out one over the other by ear. I'm not.
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I would believe it's probably Russian. But again, the story itself, it's I think took place in some part of Ukraine, and it's I think they filmed. Yeah, they actually did film, and we'll get into it tonight, but they did film part of the movie in Ukraine, which again, at that time, Soviet Union. And I mean,
they would have been calling it the Ukraine.
The Ukraine, yeah, right, exactly, the Ukraine. Yes, forgive me. And yeah, I mean, it's cool. I think you guys are gonna have fun with it. And again, like I said, in for a treat. Speaking of treats, as always, Evan.
Speaking of cool things,
Evan brings us a delicious, cool treat every week with a cocktail that he pairs with the evening's film in a little segment which he calls
"What Were You Drinking?"
And what are we going to be drinking tonight, Evan?
Garrett, what could be cooler than a bottle of Mountain Dew?
Cool guy over there with his Mountain Dew.
Let me put my sunglasses on.
Fat fingers. Sorry. They're cool. Alana's in the house. Welcome, Alana.
Welcome, Alana.
You made it just in time.
Trivia now.
Amazing.
Yeah. So tonight's drink. Tonight. Yeah, last week, over the past couple weeks, we've been on kind of like a chocolate kick, you know? Mm-hmm. And I wanted to, get away from that, do something, pretty different. And so whenever I was trying to think of, okay, we got a witch movie, what to do, which is brew, Scooby-Doo, Cuckoo, Cachoo.
Oh. My goodness.
Which is do is what I landed on. So obviously that's gonna be, we're using our Mountain Dew, and I did look. I looked for that sour gummy worm Mountain Dew. I couldn't find it, unfortunately. So I did, and Garrett, I'll ask you this, and maybe the chat. Maybe you guys want to chime in too. I got two. I got blue, which I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you can tell. I got blue and green. Yeah. So Mountain Dew, it's like it's lime flavored, isn't it? What is it?
It's yes.
I want to say it's lime. So.
It's a lemon. Is it lemon lime though?
I don't know.
I don't know if it's lemon lime.
What is it? It tastes like mountains.
Mountains, yeah. Mountain Dew. I mean, it just tastes like Mountain Dew. I don't know.
The blue one says raspberry. But we're going to be pairing, and really, my quest for making this recipe was, what do you pair with Mountain Dew?
Mm-hmm.
Mountain Dew,
citrus.
It's citrusy. It's also really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever had the pleasure of looking over the back of the bottle here at the nutritional facts, you might have been horrified to learn, as I'm saying this, this has This has 77 grams of sugar in it.
Oh, that's not good.
It says it's 154% of your daily recommended value of sugar. So it's really really sweet. I don't know how you feel about Mountain Dew. To me, it's maybe a little too sweet.
Yeah, I can't drink too much of it. It's
Yeah.
not something that
It makes my mouth feel kind of tacky.
Yeah.
Like dehydrated.
What was the Mountain Dew that we used to drink in high school? Do you
The
remember?
red one?
No, wasn't it a blue one? It wasn't Baja Blast, but there was something. There was some kind of Mountain
There was a
Dew.
blue one. Was it Live Wire? Was that blue?
I don't think it was.
I don't know. Was it this one? Was it this?
I'm gonna have to remember that. There was something. Now it escapes me.
Well,
I'll remember.
There's only been a million flavors of Mountain
Exactly.
Dew. I don't know. Like I kind of like. I respect the game. I like that. I mean, I guess like Coke and all of the big ones do different things. Vanilla, blackberry, whatever. But Mountain Dew just swings for the fences. Like they do everything. Coke's not out here making gummy worm soda.
Nope.
So, if nothing else, the Mountain Dew's not really my favorite, but I can at least I like what the experimenter in me respects what they do.
Okay.
So anyway, what I have come up with for our Witch's Dew, what to pair with Mountain Dew, I thought, we got citrus soda. Let's just keep it. Let's go for some fruits. Apples and oranges.
Right.
Some blackberries, and that's what we're doing. It's apple brandy, Cointreau, blackberry liqueur, and of course, our star of the show, Mountain Dew, and probably just a splash of that. Really, I don't think. Mountain Dew to taste, we'll say.
There we go. Right. Mountain Dew to taste. Love it. Yeah, that's what I was when I was thinking back over the recipe today. I was like, did it say a splash of Mountain Dew? There's no way he's using a lot of Mountain Dew, right?
I feel like if any more than a splash, and that's all you would taste.
Well, last week you did a terrific job with the cream soda and balancing that with the other ingredients in that cocktail. And so I think you know how to pour it in the correct way so that you're not throwing in too much and overpowering your other ingredients.
Yeah, that was a good one. I liked that.
Really good.
That was a good, and the two times we made it, they were both actually a little bit different, which I kind of liked. We played the amount of soda, a little bit more, a little bit less, changed it. So, Garrett, we have a choice to make. And maybe, do you want to leave this up to the chat? Do you want to go to vote?
Yeah, let's ask the chat. I think
what are
that's a
we
good idea.
feeling? We could just do one of each.
Could do one of each.
See what we think. What do you guys think? We're going blue or green?
Blue or green? Want to hear from you guys in the chat. Which Mountain Dew should we pair with this first round of the cocktail? The Witch's Dew. What color will it be? Will it be red or will it be blue? The choice is up to you.
Folks are saying blue.
Oh, okay.
Going
We got
once,
blue.
Going twice.
We got blue.
Ding, ding, ding.
It's time for some blue. Everybody loves the flavor blue, right? I mean, who doesn't love a good tall glass of blue? I mean, come on. Blue, except I don't know what flavor. What flavor is it again, Evan?
It's raspberry. I guess it's blue raspberry.
Raspberry.
The way this kind of sits in the glass, I didn't swirl it up. You might want to do that,
Swirl
but
it
it
a
kind
little
of
bit.
it's. I don't know if you can see this on the camera. It's got kind of a.
Yeah, it's
an interesting a layer to it. But anyway, we're gonna give this a little swirl. I brought my bar spoon. Should have brought that. Look at me unprepared over here.
Hey, bro, we're all on the same boat.
This is the Witch's Dew. It smells pretty good. It smells like, I want to say like Monster Energy drink.
Yeah.
Or Sweet Tarts.
Ooh, sweet tarts. Yeah, I
Ooh.
smell that.
Ooh, Witch's Blue. I like that.
Which is blue.
Witch's Blue.
Witch's
All right,
Blue.
well, cheers, everybody. This is Witch's Dew.
Cheers.
There's a lot to that.
There is a lot. I wasn't expecting.
Yeah,
I took a big sip and I was like, kind of
It's-
expecting to be light and playful, and instead it was incredibly heavy.
It's like it's
got
like
a body
it's
to it.
dense to it. Yeah, it's got a body to it. It felt like a hallway of flavors that you kind
Yeah.
of walk through.
I was just, it was a lot, and I was just kind of like,
It's not too boozy though. I don't think.
see, I'm not.
Do you want
I don't know.
more Mountain Dew?
No,
you might have
it's
got
not,
a little light.
because that's
but-
the thing, it's not strong.
Yeah.
Like, I would agree with you in the sense that it's not strong, but I got the initial like taste of Mountain Dew, and then everything that came after that was just like heavy, and I'm like, I think this is booze. The brandy, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. It's good. It's
It is
just
good.
it's got a little bit of a punch to it. And again, it's not strong. It's not like a sting or a burn.
Right. It's a body. Like you feel it. Like you can tell that you're drinking a lot of liqueur.
Yeah. It's good though. It's sweet.
Good. I like
and
it.
it's not too sweet though.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
when you get
and
that
like last week, you play with the amount of soda. I went pretty light on the Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
This really was just a splash. The next time we do it, I might try a little more.
A little more dew.
Yeah.
A little more dew for the witches dew. Well, very, very good job with this cocktail, Evan. I think
thank
it
you,
will
thank you.
pair nicely with V, which, again, a witch tale.
Now there's an idea
Pop
from
rocks.
the doctor.
Okay.
You could
the
put
doctor
them on the
prescribes
rim
pop
of the glass, like salt on a margarita.
But then I'd be afraid to I'd need a straw because if I sipped it, I'd get hit in the eye or something, and the whole show would be derailed. We'd have to be careful with pop rocks.
Let's put a sparkler in this cocktail.
Ooh, yeah. Let's say.
Let's go dangerous.
The studio is fireproof.
I'm gonna bring some dry ice in here.
Ooh, yeah. No, I'm all about that. Let's get that set up. Stat. Yeah. I mean, any suggestions you guys have? Evan is all ears. He's done a very good job of incorporating suggestions.
Yeah.
Over
I'm
the
all
past
years.
Yeah.
I'm really old.
That is true. But yeah, we again, we love a good witch movie. We've had a good amount over the years.
Yeah.
We started the whole show with a witch movie.
Yeah, the first movie was a witch.
First movie was a witch movie. We'll actually be talking about some of the other witch movies we've seen on this show more tonight as we just talk about folk
Witch movies?
horror. Very good. That was good. I should have seen that coming.
Come on.
Come on. I should have.
Oh, hey, Business is in the house.
Ah, bees! Welcome. Very good to see you. Thank you for joining us. We're just sitting here enjoying Evan's newest concoction.
Mountain Dew cocktail tonight.
Enjoying that and getting ready to start tonight's film, V, which again, one of the very few, if any, Soviet horror films. And I've seen this a few times over the past year, actually.
Okay.
And I really, really, really like it. So I again, just well-made, funny story, solid story. But yeah, funny also. That's the thing. Don't go, it's not a pretentious film. If you think that something is supposed to be funny, it is. It's very, ridiculous. So
Tina's in the house.
Welcome Tina. Got a good gang in here tonight. Yes.
Right, just in time.
Yes, just in time. And again, hopefully, if you had the patience of a saint, and those of you who stayed through last week did, we really appreciate that. Hopefully, we'll be totally fine this stream. But if that happens again, we'll probably just go to Twitch. I don't know. We'll see. I guess I can't ever say ever. But this is one I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So yeah. It'll be fun. Anything before we get into V, Evan?
It occurred to me on the way over here that Witches Do sounds like something you might buy if OnlyFans had a gift shop.
Ooh, which, yeah, that does. I don't even want to begin to actually start thinking about what that could be. My God.
It's a different kind of Etsy witch.
Seriously. Well, if everybody's ready, then without further ado, we are going to go ahead and get into the exciting beginning of V right now. Jack, I will do that.
Ви есть колоссальное создание простонародного воображения. Вся эта повесть есть народное предание. Я не хотел ни в чем изменить его и рассказываю почти в такой же простоте, как слышал. Гоголь.
Google. Fun name, Google.
Google.
Google. Yeah, it's weird because like Ptushko isn't listed as like the main director on like the IMDb and stuff, but here in the credits he is. So I don't know. It's kind of a strange thing.
These are some quality cobwebs.
Right? Yeah. They've got character. They've got texture.
I just want to run through them.
All these rough and tumble seminarians.
Итак, отправляясь по домам, шкоды в дороге не чинить, а то на прошлых вакациях двое бурсаков, обрядившись бесами, воровали кур. Приторы зазуляй лемеш, Аббас речь. Трое двое других, упоив ходоровского дьякона, понуждали его к пению непотребных песен. Позор! Помолимся же Господу. Дух премудрости и разума пошли мне, Господи. Дух премудрости и разума пошли мне, Господи. И просвети
What rich timbre the voices have.
И просвети сердце и ум мой.
Oh, Jesus.
Бое же приятельми наказание. И вся во славу Твою научитесь ми. И вся во славу Твою научитесь ми.
Wow.
Аминь. К Рождеству Пресвятые Богородицы всем быть в бурсе.
School's out. Some of them are boys, but then some of them look like, you know, middle-aged men. It's hard to tell. Oh my God.
Guys, what did he just say? Oh my God.
Jesus.
Just immediately.
Man, it's break. Could you imagine if kids getting out of school just thought that was permission to go crazy?
Start a wave of terror across the countryside. They're out here living like Lord of the Flies. Yeah, I am getting Holy Grail vibes.
I'd say that's not a bad. You could make that comparison to an extent.
Что за черт? Сдавалось, будто сейчас будет хутор. Ей-богу, ни чертова кулака не видно. Ага. А где дорога?
Blair Witch.
Нема дороги. Ты, халява, иди направо, а я пошукаю прямо. А горобец? Горобец. Горобец! Фу, черт. А я тебя с пнем спутал. Ну что там?
That drunk.
Нема дороги. Одни лисьи норы.
I mean, dude, that's like the holler and stuff, like in the hills.
Oh yeah.
Оставаться и заночевать в поле. Нет, халява, не можно. Попробуем еще. Может быть, набредем на шею, хоть чарку горилки удастся выпить на ночь, а? Ну, конечно. В поле оставаться нечего. Хутор. Ей-богу, хутор. Пошли. Смотрите же, братцы, не отставать. Во что бы то ни стало добыть ночлега. Ага. Отвори! Хозяин! Люди, хозяин!
Кто там?
Да народ не обидчивый, богослов халява. Философ Брут, ритор Горобец.
Не можно. У меня двор полон народа. Куда я вас дену?
Умилосердись, бабуся.
Ну как же так можно, чтобы христианские души пропадали ни за что, ни про что?
А?
Где-нибудь помести нас.
Если мы что-нибудь как-нибудь того или какое другое что сделаем, то пусть...
Хорошо, я пущу вас. Только положу всех в разных местах.
На то твоя воля, мы не гордые.
А что, бабуся, если б так, как говорят...
В животе будто колесами кто стал есть.
Сам утром хоть бы щепка во рту была.
Ага.
Из чего захотели? А у меня сегодня и печка не топлена.
А мы бы за все это расплатились бы завтра как следует, чистоганным, а?
Y'all are lucky she let you in.
Пойди сюда, хлопче.
Кто? Я?
Я? Я же ж в хате. А твое место длинный. В коморе.
Что, бабуся, а?
Пошли.
This is a funny movie. Jeez.
А что, бабуся? Что тебе надо? Слушай, бабуся, теперь пост. А я такой человек, что и за 1000 золотых не захочу оскоромиться. Шалишь, бабуся, устарела. Что с тобой, бабуся? Бог с тобой!
This feels very folklore-y. Believe, Wendy. All you have to do is believe.
Да это ведьма.
Should have slept in that field.
Ведьма бесстыжая. Опустись, отступись. Силой Господней. Господом Богом.
Иисусом Христом опустись, отступись. Ага, не я тебя гоню, а гонит тебя Христос и апостол Фома.
Не могу больше.
Well, now I feel conflicted.
She was pretty this whole time? Oh no. I'm gonna get in so much trouble for this.
Gotta run all the way back.
Oh my god. Oh, it's terrible. Running through the water with your clothes on like that.
Was that the fastest way across?
There had to have been.
I ford the river.
Had to have been somewhere else.
He just wanted to chase those horses.
He's just looking for a straight path.
Straight back to school.
Yeah, I guess you didn't technically have to leave, huh? I mean, but I guess it'd be best for him to lie low.
Брысь.
He just put his feet right in this mop water.
Говорю, тебе дегтем надо.
Сам знаешь, что дегтем.
Эй, Хома. Ну что тебе? Ступай к ректору, там с тобой приехали.
Had a terrible night. Just want to be left alone.
Already hounding me as soon as I get back here.
А? Доминус Хома, дочь одного из богатейших сотников, хутор его находится в 50 верстах от Киева, возвратилась вчера с прогулки вся избитая, едва жива. Перед смертным часом она изъявила желание, чтобы отходную по ней читал ты, Хома Брут.
Пан ректор, да я этого и делать не умею.
Да ладно, ладно, без всяких отлагательств. Собирайся в дорогу. Именитый сотник нарочно за тобой прислал людей и брику.
Что хотите со мной делайте, пан ректор, а я не поеду.
Да тебя никакой черт не спрашивает о том, хочешь или не хочешь. Благодари пана за мед и яйца и скажи, что как только будут готовы те книги, о которых он пишет, я тотчас пришлю. А тебе скажу только то, что если ты еще будешь показывать свою рысь да мудрствовать, то я прикажу тебе по спине и по-прочему так оттягать молодым березняком, что в баню тебе больше ходить не нужно будет. Езжайте с Богом. Кланяйтесь,
I mean, yeah, I guess if you're billing yourself as a philosopher when you're a seminary student,
Евтух,
maybe
налей
maybe
молодцам
some
по чарке
conflict
горюки. А ты что стоишь? С Богом! Да не забудь о том, что я тебе говорю. Да, философа привязать, и то как раз удерет.
Здравствуйте, братья-товарищи.
Здорово, пан философ.
Так вот это мне, братья-товарищи, приходится сидеть вместе с вами. Абрика знатная.
Да, соразмерный экипаж.
Тут бы только нанять музыкантов, то и танцевать можно.
Here we go. This is some traveling music.
Любопытно бы знать, если бы, примером, эту брику загрузить каким-нибудь товаром, положим, солью или железными шинами, сколько бы потребовалось коней?
Да.
А?
Достаточное бы число потребовалось коней.
Shut up about the wagon.
А интересно, от чего эта паночка так занедужила, что и отходную по ней нужно читать?
What an interesting cover for a wagon.
Yeah. I like it. You don't really see wagons like that.
What would you call that? Not
it's
thatching.
Like, I mean, I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
it's not
almost like it's like a
wicker.
wicker.
Yeah.
Wagon. Woven.
I love how they all have this same bowl cut. It definitely looks like, you know, kind of a, you know, I mean, you see people with that hairstyle now, and it's just kind of like
А ну стой, пан философ, что не приехали.
kind of a fuckboy hairstyle, you know, if you get my drift.
Yeah.
God, they're moving so slow. I would have hated having to travel back then. See, that's a subtitle thing. They're calling him Mr. Philosopher in the version with the different subtitles, which I'll talk more about. They call him Brother Philosopher, which I like that better.
Brother Philosopher. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Than Mr.
Hey, night, bee's nest.
Take it easy, Bee's Nest. Keep resting up. Thanks for tuning in, and really, really, really appreciate your support. And hope you keep recovering and
Yeah, it doesn't feel better.
keep getting on the mend. And we will be here doing our thing, ready to help when and how we can. Thanks for tuning in, Bee's Nest.
Чувак, фе, грошей нема. Наливай.
хотел бы знать, чему вас в бурсе учат. Тому ли самому, что дьяк в церкви читает, или другому?
Великий ученый.
Я тоже пойду в бурсу.
Oh, what's up, Sweet Feet?
Пойду. Ты что?
Sweet Feet in
Думаешь,
the
что я
house.
не
Welcome, Sweet
выучусь?
Feet.
Всему выучусь. Всему.
О, боже ж мой, пусть будет так. Чумак пе, рожей не
А я хочу знать, где ты писал, батька.
Не спрашивай. Бог уж знает, как нужно. Бог все знает.
Нет, а я хочу знать, что написано в тех книжках. А можешь вот...
Yeah, we were just talking about their haircuts.
Отпустите меня, на что я вам?
Oh my god.
Love that.
Не бойся, пошли. Пан его знает.
I've been watching that 70s show reruns a lot lately.
Yeah.
And this is right out of
Ну отпустите ж меня, братцы!
something out of that.
Отпустите!
And that is gonna take us to our first break. Well, we're a third of the way through. V, what are we thinking so far, Evan?
Man, I'm loving this so far. This is fun.
It's silly. It's silly, but it's like moving.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Boys Will Be Boys, the movie.
Right. Yeah. What do you?
Also, there's a witch.
What do you think about our main character, Coma?
You know, not the most likable, but
Right.
You kind of, I don't know. I guess you kind of want to see a character like that maybe get a little bit of a comeuppance.
Well, I think that's a great point. I think that's a great point, and I think that's just inherent to the story that this is based on. Because I mean, this is actually a fairly faithful adaptation of the Gogol story, and that was first published in 1835, and so it's not like super old necessarily. Even at that time, it wasn't like, well, I guess it was over 100 years old at that time. So I mean, pretty old, but it's not like it's not dating back to like
Not a centuries old legend.
Right.
I mean, if we said, hey, this story's from 1925, like that's not, is that folklore?
Right. And that exactly, and that's the whole thing with the actual novella itself, is that like the movie, he has an author's note that says this is based on folklore, and I'm just telling it as it was told to me. But there's no like direct lineage between anything in Gogol's story and actual Ukrainian folklore or anything in that region at that time, or in the time of the story.
Yeah.
So
okay, so it's bothering me. I guess we did say earlier that if Texas Chainsaw Massacre is folklore, I guess a story from 100 years ago would be too. But it's a little different.
Right. It's just the idea that it's not like it's not dating back. I mean, made up folklore can still be folklore. It's just a difference between something that one person made up and something that was like kind of passed down through the oral traditions, right? Yeah. And even this fits into like a story in the like folklore. There's like an index for like folklore stories, and this is like a certain type of folklore story. And so it's, again, I won't get too much into kind of the later parts of the story, but this is very faithful, and we'll get more into it later. But obviously, like I said, it's one of the only Soviet horror films, but it was adapted one time before this, straight up in 1909. That's actually considered the first Soviet horror film, or the first Russian horror film, is the 1909 adaptation of V. And then one of the trailers we saw in our pre-roll, Black Sunday, that's a Mario Bava film that actually began as a straight adaptation of V, and then it was rewritten by Bava and others, and there's still some common elements, but it's a very loose adaptation, so you can't call it a straight adaptation. But Black Sunday is another film that's kind of adaptation, loose adaptation of this story. So it's, and you can see the way they've set the stage in this first third of the movie. There's a lot of interesting elements here. There's a lot of, things that are going to come into play later that are, have a lot of fun with. So, and we got like just a hint of the effects, right? Like right at the end there.
Pretty great.
Right.
Flying around on the...
the flying stuff.
I was going to say on the broom, but it really wasn't on the broom. It was on the guy.
She was flying on him.
With
and
a broom.
Hitting him with the broom. Yeah, that's what she was doing. Yeah, I mean, the flying sequence was great. And then, that little bit at the end there. That's just a taste of like what you're gonna get in these next two parts of the movie. Excuse me. And obviously they don't skimp on the finale. I mean, this is the creative genius behind this, Aleksandr Ptushko. Like I said, some circles he's referred to as the Soviet Disney. But it was less animation and more just like I said, stop motion, puppetry, visual effects, and the kind of the King Kong style, and being able to do like process shots like we saw, just the idea that like a blue screen, green screen, you just kind of have your like person in the front and then your background. And he definitely directed all of those shots in this movie. And then was the art director and co-wrote the script and was the creative, but he's not like listed as one of the like main directors in some of the IMDb stuff. So it's kind of weird. But Ptushko, I mean, he worked, for Mosfilm, the government-run film studio in the Soviet Union for decades, and was one of the few directors that he made films that had commercial enough elements in terms of their effects. He made a lot of fantasy films that were then in turn, those elements were seen as desirable to studios in the United States. So some of his films were released in America, and actually Roger Corman and the studio AIP each got distribution rights to some of his films.
Oh, he would.
And right. I mean, well, Roger Corman did that a lot, and so did AIP. They would buy up the rights to Soviet films, and then Corman would hire somebody else to write a new script to be able to dub on it or shoot new sequences if they needed to, whatever it was. So we're going to see two trailers for some of Ptushko's earlier films. The first trailer we're going to see, I believe it's the Soviet trailer, and it's for a movie called Sampo. And I'm not quite sure what it's about. I think there's a witch in that too. But it's very much more of a fantasy, kind of fairy tale type story. And it's, again, that's the Russian trailer. The second trailer that we're going to see is for Roger Corman's American release of a Ptushko film. And I believe Corman's trailer film is entitled Sword and the Dragon. So again, more of a fantasy type of thing. Right, yeah. I mean, Corman, again, it's Ptushko wasn't making like art films, right? He wasn't making like straight propaganda. He was making kind of, for all intents and purposes, very commercial work.
You mean the dragon wasn't supposed to represent the West?
Right. Oh, yeah, well, hey, that's not. Well, and I think there are elements of tonight's movie that definitely kind of are a little kind of not critical of, but just maybe a little more subversive. That it's kind of like they kind of got away with a little more than you would expect them to, just in terms of kind of criticizing, like, kind of, I mean, again, I don't know if you caught it, but like the rector that sent has sent him to this village accepted a bribe from the...
Yeah, I guess he did.
Yeah. So there's a little bit in this about kind of how the kind of the corruption of the... I don't know. It's a lot. We'll be able to continue to dig into it, but again, there's
a little bit of commentary here.
Commentary and layers to this, so I think we're gonna have a lot of fun here. But we're gonna get these two trailers for some Aleksandr Ptushko films, and then when we get back, we're gonna get into the exciting middle of V. So stick around. We will be right back.
Sampo, Kalevalan keskeisin ja huimin seikkailu, miekan ja kanteleen laulu. Sampo, tarinoista mystillisin, jonka arvoitusta ei kukaan ole kyennyt ratkaisemaan, saapuu nyt valkokankaille loistelijaana värielokuvan. Mutta niin kuin koski syöksee kuohujaan ja niin kuin tuuli kiitää levottomana ikihonkien latvoissa, niin palaa myös levottomana nuoren lieto lemminkäisen veri seikkailuihin ja vaarojen teille. Tuolla Pohjola pimeä, mahtavan louhen valtakunta.
Joko on meille Sampo saatu, kalkuteltu kirjokansi?
Armoa, hyvä emäntä. Yksi on taitava takoja, kirjokannen kalkuttaja.
Kuka?
Se on Seppo Ilmarinen. Takoja iänikuinen. Kalevalan kankahilla.
Taidatko takoa Sammon? Taianpa takoa Sammon, kun olen taivoa takonut.
Terve tänne tultuasi ylimmäksi ystäväksi, viikkaiseksi vierahaksi.
Oi sie tiehyt, hieno hiekka. Etkö nähnyt poikoani?
Tuopon lieto lemminkäinen kovin on paikassa pahassa sumun synkään seassa. Varo, Kalevalan heimo, jo kulkee turma heleitä lehtojasi. Kohta on katoava auringon kehrä siniseltä taivaaltasi.
Jo tuli totinen turma.
Lähtekäämme Pohjolahan. Päivä tuolta päästä nähdään.
Ylös miehet miekkoinensa! Kansa kaikki kalpoinensa!
Kalevalan miekkamiehet. Sieltä saapuvi satoja. Tunkevi 1000 lukuja.
Kohta aurinko kohoat! Päivä kaunis kalliosta!
Satu Sammosta,
valtava elokuvaelämys kaikille.
Sword and the Dragon, 4 years in the making, with 106,000 actors, the largest cast ever used in a motion picture. All to be seen in the film process, newer than tomorrow. Vita Motion.
We move at last.
Sword and the Dragon, with the 7 wonders of the motion picture world. The ferocious Wind Demon. The 1,000-pound Colossus. The Mountain of Living Men. The electrifying charge of the land boats.
Sails after them! Down with the 2 guards!
The fire-breathing, 3-headed flying dragon. Sword and the Dragon.
And we are back. So that was the trailers for Sampo and Sword and the Dragon, 2 Aleksandr Ptushko films.
Gosh, those land boats did not stand a chance against that dragon.
No, they really didn't. I mean, but come on. I mean, when you got a dragon like that, fire breathing and all, 3 heads,
that's 3 times the firepower.
You don't stand a chance. So
3 times the horsepower.
It's dragons. Yeah, it's horsepower. It's definitely. Yeah,
Try the new Chevy Dragon.
Ooh, okay, yeah, I like that. I like this. Sign me up for one of those. Take a ride in the Chevy Dragon in a heartbeat.
It's powered by fire.
Cars should run on fire. I'm sure that wouldn't be dangerous at all.
We're just cutting out the middleman here.
Seriously, let's just. It's gonna be explosions anyway. Might as well make it a little more exciting for everybody, right? But yeah, those effects there, that's just a little taste of what's to come, I think. We don't have fire-breathing dragons. We'll have kind of demonic creatures from hell, so that's, I think that'll be good. But, yeah, again, this is, I think we're already seeing, just with the witch scenes and, I mean, even just those opening credits, you see a little bit of kind of the gothic influence here, and yeah, it's about to ramp up a lot as we get into the middle of this. And again, if you're just joining us, which Scott, welcome. We are following this young seminarian / philosopher.
Brother philosopher.
Yeah, brother philosopher. Which, okay. So I was telling Evan this. So
yeah, there's a whole thing about the subtitles of this movie.
So, and it shouldn't matter this much, but to me, I think
it's interesting. It's an interesting discrepancy.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to. Well, and it's not even discrepancy. It's just. So I was telling Evan. The first or the other times that I've seen this, I watched it on Tubi.
What's happening, Scott?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't notice
Scott's in the
there.
house. Yeah, so that's what said. Scott was just joining us.
Okay.
Yeah, hope you're doing well, Scott. But I watched this on Tubi, and what I realized looking for a copy to show today was that the version that's prevalently on YouTube and other places online, the subtitles are completely different. And my impression that I've gotten from these subtitles, even before I sat down and watching it now, was that maybe they're a little more like, kind of like from someone that's doing either a little more of a strict interpretation or a little more just kind of cold textbook.
So it's translated a little more literally, is that what you mean?
Maybe a little more literally and not more like kind of colloquially and with a little bit more of like a fun kind of like, well, what would a funny Russian really mean here? I don't know.
Yeah, so you've seen this movie a bunch of times, and is that the copy that you've seen?
The copy's the same, but just with those subtitles, and I'm getting a different impression.
Because it was translated different.
Because I think it was just a completely different translator, and whoever translated the Tubi version, whatever version's on Tubi, whoever did those subtitles, I think did a better job with the translation.
And see, I think that's interesting. You know, the difference between one person translating it versus another can give you like a completely different read on, you know, a piece of media.
And I mean, some of the subtitles here, they kind of, some of the things have read a little awkward. The phrasing is read awkward, or it's trying to kind of sound old-timey or something. The subtitles on the Tubi version don't do that. It's just very casual. It's very straightforward. But it's all the same kind of like happening at the same time. It's simple. It's not too much. But the difference is, again, brother philosopher versus Mr. Philosopher.
Well,
like, I know that's nitpicky. I know that may seem small.
Well, Garrett, you know what this means, right?
What does this mean?
So this is the perennial problem with movies from other languages that have been translated. You're just gonna have to learn Russian. you gotta see this in the original text.
But I'd have to learn it from a funny Russian, and how many of those am I gonna find out there? I don't think I'm gonna have any luck with that. No, I'm sure there's
film enthusiast seeking funny Russian tutor.
Yeah.
Sorry, film professor.
Yeah, professor. Yes.
Yeah, right.
Come on now.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I don't know. It's still, the subtitles are still doing a good job. They're not bad. So it's just there's subtle differences. So I don't want that to undermine anybody's experience of the movie, but that's something that it's kind of occurred to me today. And like Evan said, it's just an interesting thing to think about. Like, one person translating it, what the differences can be. So. Anything before we get into the exciting middle of V, Evan?
Yeah. So, is V the name of the witch?
I'm glad that you asked this, Evan. So, V is I guess the more appropriate way of saying it would be the V, because
the
V. Yeah, the V.
The V.
The V.
Oh, hey, I'll see it at the V.
Oh, sorry, fat fingers. The V. Yes. It is one of these like underworldly creatures, not otherworldly. From like hell.
Oh, okay.
It is like let's say the chief of all of these hell creatures. It is the chief of all of them. And it's like the spirit of evil, like the most evil, like it is the chief of these.
Like the V.
Yeah.
It's like a mountain, but instead of being at the top, you're on the bottom.
That's exactly. There it is.
I'm standing on the mountain bottom. The worst of the worst.
Well, we're gonna climb that mountain with part 2 of V right now. You gotta love the drunk singing.
Oh, yeah, I do love it. Everybody's been drunk this whole movie.
I mean, I guess. I hope the driver's sober. Somebody's.
I hope the horses are.
You beat me to it. I was like, I should. It's just something about the horses being drunk. She's dead. Bring out your dead.
We missed it.
Damn it. We're just too late.
The Reverend was too late. It was too late. The Reverend saw the light.
Отпустим, братцы, хаму домой. Отпустим его, братцы, пусть идет себе.
Is it V or Vi?
I couldn't find. They didn't have the pronunciation on the
Russian accent. V.
Vish.
V.
Vish.
I do like all the drunk humor in this. Like, the drunks are actually acting like drunks.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Just acting a fool. Oh, jeez.
Hey, man, I mean, this is a village. They got.
Yeah,
Jeez. Rough. Gotta move all these livestock past each other. Jesus Christ. Village life. V. Is he gonna run for it?
Напрасно пан философ думает улепетнуть из хутора. Тут не такое заведение, чтобы можно было бы удрать.
Ступай лучше к пану. Он ждет тебя в светлице. Что ж.
I've been shanghaied to a farm upstate.
Том жалею, моя наимилейшая мне дочь, что ты в отсвете лет, не дожив положенного века, на печали горем мне оставила землю. Я о том жалею, что не знаю, кто был лютый враг мой, причиной твоей смерти. Кто ты? Откуда и какого звания, добрый человек?
Из Бурсаков. Философ Хомаброд.
А кто был твой отец?
Не знаю, добродия.
А мать кто?
И матери не знаю. По здравому размышлению, конечно, была мать. Но кто она и откуда и когда жила, ей-богу, добродию не знаю.
This man is a philosopher.
Как же ты познакомился с моей дочкой?
Не знакомился я с ней, вельможный пан. Ей-богу, не знакомился. Еще никакого дела с паночками не имел. Сколько не живу на свете.
I never touched her.
Чтобы не сказать непристойного.
А почему же она никому другому, а тебе именно назначила читать?
Бог его знает, как это растолковать. Известное уже дело, что по нам подчас захочется такого, чего и самый наиграмотнейший человек не разберет. И пословицу говорит: скачи враже, як пан каже.
Да не врешь ли ты, пан философ?
Вот на этом самом месте пусть громом так и хлопнут, если пришел.
Если бы только минуточку и долей пожила ты, то я бы верно узнал все. Никому не давай читать по мне.
Okay.
Thank you, Alana. Translation.
Семинарию. И привези Бурсака Хаму Брута. Пусть он 3 ночи молится по грешной душе моей. Он знает. Что он знает? Этого я уже не услышал. Ты добрый человек, верно известен святой жизнью и богоугодными делами. Может, она наслышалась о тебе?
Кто, я?
Yeah, that's
Я
plausible.
святой жизнью. Бог с вами, пан. Что вы это говорите? Да я, хоть оно непристойно сказать, ходил с самого страстного четверга.
Может, и недаром так назначено. Ты с сего же дня должен начать свое дело.
I just love how he's like, I don't know how she would have heard of me. I'm not a good guy.
Всякий человек, вразумленный Святому Писанию, может по соразмерности. Только сюда приличнее бы требовалось дьякона. Или, по крайней мере, дьяка. Они народ знающий и все сделают как надо. А я... Да у меня и голос не такой, и сам я. Черт знает, что никакого вида с меня нет.
Это уж как ты себе знаешь, только я все, что завещала мне моя голубка, исполню. Ничего не пожалею. И если ты с сего же дня 3 ночи совершишь как следует над ней молитвы, то я награжу тебя. А не то...
Or else.
That's an ultimatum.
Ой, скажи ж мне, с кем я-то теперь буду? Да встань, посмотри на меня.
What is this, the second funeral procession of this season?
What was the first one during?
Usher. Oh, that's crazy, Alana.
This music's pretty good.
Yeah,
I like it.
solid.
This has turned into a surprisingly haunting scene.
Look at that church.
Yeah, sheesh.
Простите покойную по первому разу, простите покойную по второму разу, простите покойную по третьему разу.
Good luck.
Философа накормить, а после ужина отвезти в церковь.
Что ведьма с царем сделала? Скажи сама.
Жаль, пан философ, не знал ты Микитки. Какой-то был редкий человек. Собаку каждую, бывало, так знает, как своего родного отца. Славный был псарь. Но с некоторого времени он вдруг начал заглядываться беспрестанно на панночку. Вкляпался ли он в нее?
Или уж она его так околдовала?
Пропал человек, обабился совсем. Один раз паночка пришла на конюшню, где он чистил коня, и говорит: дай, Микитка, я положу на тебя свою ножку. А он, бедолага, и рад этому, и говорит: не только ножку, но и сама садись на меня. И он, дурень, нагнул спину и пошел скакать.
Ну, добре, панове. Пора
He's
нам
like, "Oh, that
пана
sounds
філософа вести до покойниці.
You want a refill?
Sure.
Ну, хлопче, бувай здоров.
Take care, man.
Тебе добре читалось.
Счастливой тебе справы.
Ты уж извини, мы тебе запрем. Панский наказ исполняем.
Ничего, как-нибудь 3 ночи отработаю. Зато мне пан оба кармана чистыми червонцами набьет.
Nothing bad will happen.
Cat.
Cats. Чего бояться? Ведь она не встанет из своего гроба, потому что побоится Божьего слова. Правильно? Правильно. Пусть лежит. Ты еще и за казак, когда бы устрашился.
I ain't afraid of no
Человек
witch.
прийти сюда не может. А от мертвецов и выходцев с того света есть у меня молитвы. Такие еще как прочитаю, то они меня и пальцем не тронут. Ничего, ей-богу, не тронут.
Oh, shit. Oh!
Well, that didn't take long.
Ну, выпил лишнее. Вот и показывается страшно. Свечи. Это хорошо. Надо осветить церковь так, чтобы видно было, как днем.
That's why do you have that in a church? It's terrifying.
God's mad.
The wrath of God.
Ничего, 3 ночи отчитаю. Церковь надо осветить так, Чтоб видно было, как днем. Чего бояться? Пальцем не тронет.
Burn through all of our candles
Yeah.
on the first day.
There's gonna be wax everywhere.
This is a very waxy church.
Сатана, прости меня, Господи, грешного. Как днем. Будем читать. Блажение! Господи. Блажение непорочные в путь, ходящие в законе Господне, блажение испытающие сведения Его, всем сердцем взыщут Его. Эх, жаль, что во храме Божьем не можно люльки выкурить. Не делающий Бог беззакония в путях Его ходишь. Ты заповедал, еси заповеди Твоя, а понюхать табаку. Эх. Добрый табак. Славный табак. Хороший табак. Господи, крепости моя.
Keep reading.
Ведьма! Ей-богу, ведьма!
Jinkies.
Святкруг, спаси. Святкруг, сохрани. Боже мой. Боже мой. Святкруг, спаси. Спаси. Святкруг, сохрани. Сгинь, сгинь. Сгинь! Блажение порочный путь, ходящий в законе Господнем. Блажение. Сгинь, сгинь, сгинь! Прилечь, если приклич. Аз зидёх. Боже мой, воззову одни и не услышишь, и в ночи. Возлюблю Тебя, Господи, крепость моя, утверждение моя, твердыня моя. Крепость моя, Бог, утверждение моя. Господи, Господи, блаженный непорочный путь, ходящий в законе Господнем.
Got a great poker face. He's got resting bitch face.
Skin!
That's interesting, the way he kind of pulled his pipe away from himself like that. Kind of in disgust or confusion a little bit.
философ.
Эх, славное место. Здесь бы жить да ловить рыбу. Дядьку, я не пойду на двор. Я здесь лягу.
Не можна, філософ. Не велено.
А що, дівчата, наварили борщу?
Наварили, дядько, наварили.
Hell yeah, borscht.
Nice borscht.
А спитаю філософа.
Hey, buddy. Tell us about it.
Было что? Да так? Было. Кое-что.
That is gonna take us to our next break.
It's getting exciting.
I know, right? Isn't it funny? Like it's funny because it feels like you're getting plenty in the first third of the movie, but it doesn't really like get going until you get to the village and he starts like going through this whole thing with the kind of praying over the body for 3 nights, right? Like it's a cool concept.
Yeah.
And
we're here. We're 1 night down.
Yeah, 1 night down, 2 more to go.
Woof.
And I mean, so far,
that circle seemed to work pretty well.
Circle worked very well.
At least for the first night.
Yeah, and I mean, despite her miming and trying to pound her way through the invisible force field, she couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So,
What'd you think about that? I like that. I thought that was...
It's a great, and I mean, the way they shot it, kind of going around.
Yeah,
and
she did a good job.
They made it very dynamic. Yeah, she did. She did a very good job. So, yeah, I mean, I think that gives you just a little taste. And I mean, just the design of this set of this church, it's very striking. And,
it is.
Yeah. I mean, just the kind of the creepiness as he's first in there and
Wide open.
Yeah.
All of the burnt out candles, the iconography.
Right. And he's trying to light it up, but then, you've got the kind of, something's coming. And then when she finally, you kind of have this comedic moment of him with what do you call that?
What?
When you sniff it. It's, snuff or snus or something like that.
I don't know. I guess. Something.
Whatever it is, he's, the way he was indulging in that before.
That excellent tobacco.
And then, and then they do a scary moment, which kind of that lightness and then the scariness is kind of a nice contrast. And then at the end of that, the way that he pulls his pipe away from himself, I think it's interesting in the contrast of what he was doing right before his encounter. And then after his encounter, we see a little bit of a kind of maybe a change in his behavior.
Yeah. Well, Scott made a good point that he just was, after that night, he wasn't taking any chances.
No. No, not at all. That's a very good point. So I mean, it's yep, things are definitely heating up. They're getting interesting, and again, I think that what we're seeing is a pretty solid representation of, finally kind of the folk horror of it all, right? Like, because in the first third, yeah, we got the witch narrative, right? But more specifically now we're in this isolated village. We've got this one man who's kind of battling against this kind of he knows it's a witch, but it's kind of obviously there's some supernatural kind of forces at play here that he's going to have to kind of figure out how to do battle with. He's not equipped for this.
Yeah.
And
unqualified priest.
Which you gotta love that when immediately your protagonist is up against it, the task he's been called to the plate for.
In way over his head.
Yep. In way over his head, and then the actual like having to pray over this body, like if that wasn't enough, like it's a witch, and even the townspeople are telling stories about her being a witch. Like that was what they were before he went in the first time. That's what the story that they were telling, that she had done the same thing, ridden on somebody's back, and they knew it was the daughter of the guy. So it's kind of weird, but that's folk horror, right? That in the village, like everybody knows something kind of strange is going on, but we're all just doing our thing, holding the line, like, and then this outsider comes to town, has been called to town under mysterious circumstances, kind of has to investigate what is going on and kind of do battle with the evil. So that's folk horror in a nutshell. But that was an evolution.
Dracula's kind of like that.
Right. Well, that's a good point. I think Dracula actually is definitely a good example of folk horror. And I mean, it's the UK, like they do it best, because I mean, when we talk about the UK as a whole, we're talking about all these little islands and all these and that's in a lot of folk horror stories where the focus kind of goes in on is these kind of isolated parts of the region. And that's why it translated in the United States, and we get examples of folk horror films, which we'll talk about. But I mean, at this time, like, when we're talking about folk horror, obviously a movie like The Witch is kind of like proto folk horror, because it's like a docudrama more than just a straight like narrative film. But then like early, like first wave folk horror is your Black Sunday, which we've already seen the trailer for. Loose adaptation of the story that this film is based on. City of the Dead, which was the first movie we ever watched on this stream. It's a very early example, and it's a British, production, but it's about witches in New England.
Right, yeah.
So that's kind of an interesting. Yeah. Well, the producers were American, but they operated out of the UK, and it was filmed in the UK with UK actors. But it's set in America, and it deals with witches in New England. So it's an early example. Burn Witch Burn is a great, if you haven't seen it, AKA Night of the Eagle, an amazing film. First time I saw it, I wasn't expecting much out of it, and I loved it. And Curse of the Demon, which came before those films even, and it's great. If you haven't seen Curse of the Demon, Dana Andrews said prunes gave him the runes. That's Curse of the Demon. And Curse of the Demon is so actually, yeah, before Black Sunday, before
did he use lots of skills?
He really does. And yeah, that's a great Curse of the Demon is great. But the thing about all those movies, what they all have in common is that they all take place in the modern time, like the present, at the time that they were filmed.
Yeah.
In the present day. And the second wave, I think, one of the things it started to do was get a little bit more back to like in the olden times, go period piece, go in the roots of it.
Yeah.
And that's not to say, like, at this time, obviously, Hammer Gothic horror was, like, tops. Like, tonight's film's definitely drawing from Hammer Gothic horror, like, to be sure. But, you know, even Hammer had some plays at folk horror that were, you know, period pieces. They weren't, like, totally modern, but in terms of, like, really going kind of in this time of witches, that was the thing you started to see in the second wave. And V kind of falls, like, at the end of the first wave, beginning of the second wave. And I think another way that you can mark that is we're going to do that with 2 movies. The first of which I'd say still falls in the first wave because it's modern set. But it's very nod and wink, and we've watched it on the show, and that's The She-Beast. Right. So if you remember, that movie was filled with a lot of humor and a lot of, like, poking fun at communist humor. Because you remember remember when she, like, kills the guy with the sickle and then throws it and it lands on the hammer?
Oh my God. I forgot about that. Yeah.
That was She-Beast. Yeah. So remember that movie. But
that was ridiculous. So on the nose.
So on the nose, but that's the thing, is it had some great witch stuff. It was very, like, went very hard, and it was very, like, it didn't shy away from the supernatural, right? That's the thing, is that, like,
take care, Jenna. Good night.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Please tune in tomorrow night for the Shockers. But we appreciate tuning in tonight. Yeah, this it's funny, like, the kind of the modern trend would play with the psychological angle. Well, maybe this couldn't be real, blah 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 blah. But then you started to have movies like She-Beast, which are like, okay, yeah, this is happening. Like, she went into the water and she's come out and she's this ugly witch from 400 years ago that had this curse on this village. Cool. You know, like, it knew what it was and it had fun with it. Well, the same director of that did the movie Witchfinder General right after that. Witchfinder General is like second wave folk horror. And the reason I'd say that is because I don't think you see anything inherently supernatural in Witchfinder General at all. But what you do see is Vincent Price being absolutely sadistic, going around torturing and burning and killing these people that he's suspecting of being witches. And it is, you know, incredibly violent. It's an incredibly violent film. And so it's weird that the same director, he would do one very funny, very blatantly supernatural witch movie, and then he would do another kind of a witch movie, except there's no real witches. It's just the fucked upness of the witch finders, and it's more of a, like, straight period piece. But it's legit horror, and it's folk horror because it's, you know, isolated village and just kind of how this village is being driven mad by this hysteria around this. So that's the thing. So we're gonna get the trailers for She-Beast and for Witchfinder General, which again stars Vincent Price. And that's the trailers under the title The Conqueror Worm, which is a Edgar Allan Poe story, which has nothing to do with the film. AIP, the American distributor, just liked to put a Poe spin on any film that they were putting out that had Vincent Price in it. That was horror. So, but it's a great film, and I think both of those kind of show you the landscape at this time of folk horror films, where they had been and where they were going. And we'll after the break, we'll kind of talk about what came, you know, after tonight's film and where folk horror went. But I think, I think so far it's been a pretty solid example. And again, for one of the few Russian horror films, I think it's representing Russian folk representation, you know, pretty well.
I think so. This is a distinctly Russian witch.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Well, we're going to get these two trailers for some British folk horror movies, and then when we come from Michael Reeves, and then when we come back, we'll get into the exciting conclusion of V. So stick around. We will be right back.
The she-beast, deadlier than Dracula, wilder than the werewolf, more frightening than Frankenstein. Another victim of a strange revenge, wreaked on the innocent from beyond the grave, hurling a town into a terrifying struggle against the powers of darkness. The witch Verdella, known to be dead for centuries, comes to blood-chilling life before disbelieving eyes, unleashing all manner of monstrous evil in the town in which she was supposed to have breathed her last. You'll see a creature of the damned, damning the living to destruction when you ceased. Starring Barbara Steele, Mel Wells, and co-starring John Carlson. You'll see a monster in human form defy her doom as the townspeople drag her from her cave to the witch's dunking chair. But even that deadly device cannot save.
You will each be tied in a prescribed fashion and cast into the moat.
Only from the pen of Edgar Allan Poe could come such an horrendous tale of terror. The Conqueror Worm, starring Vincent Price in the most diabolic role of his career.
Look for the devil's marks upon him. Get on with your task.
The distorted genius of Poe creates poetic beauty from pain and uses idyllic love as a tool of torture.
Men sometimes have strange motives for the things they do.
I know.
You've got an accusation to make. I'll get your confession for you. I'm husband to Sarah Lowe's.
He's a man who's out to kill both of us. And it appears to me that we should take steps to see to his death first.
Leave the children at home, and if you're squeamish, stay home with them.
I shall kill you.
Please, leave the children at home.
And we are back. So that was the trailers for The She-Beast and Witchfinder General, aka Conquer Worm. And both very fun movies.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When did movie ratings become a thing?
I mean, there were always reviews, but do you mean ratings specifically, like stars?
Yeah, so like, okay, what's even the rule nowadays? Like, can kids can't go to R-rated movies,
ratings
right?
like that. What am
Yeah.
I thinking? Okay.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Not those ratings. The MPAA.
Yes. Those ratings didn't fully come into effect until 68, 69. in the United States. So, again, that's why you had like all those kids were shown Night of the Living Dead, because there wasn't a rating on it to say like.
Yeah, so when they were saying in that trailer, begging you, please leave the children at home. Don't bring them to the movies. Like, was that just allowed back then? It was just
no, I guess that was either the year before or the same year as Night of the Living Dead. So the ratings, it hadn't fully taken effect at that point. So they put like an X on it, but it wasn't rated X. There wasn't any kind of, as far as I know, wasn't any kind of rating.
They should have just shown all the objectionable stuff in the trailer, so it's going to be in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think they even, they showed a good amount, but yeah, I mean, that movie does get crazy. Yeah, and it's all just.
Then if any kids see the trailer, they'll know. Okay, I'm not going to.
Probably shouldn't go see that one. Yeah. But I mean, again, Witchfinder General kind of kicked off a new wave that was really markedly like more violent and a little more explicit. The Devil Rides Out came out pretty closely after that. That's Hammer, and that's a little more traditional. You have Blood on Satan's Claw. That's very very rustic and very wild, and it's a intense, fun movie. And Wicker Man, obviously, that's kind of your cream of the crop of the second wave, in terms of like what was coming out of the UK. Obviously, even in America, you could call 2000 Maniacs a folk horror movie. You could call Manos a folk horror movie. You could,
yeah,
you absolutely could. And obviously, we talked about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Messiah of Evil. We haven't seen, but that's one we will get to watch. But that's been called folk horror. The Devil's Reign, which is a notoriously derided film that features a lot of stars as members of this town of devil worshippers, and and they're all melting in the rain, and it's crazy. It's awful, but it's fun. It's not awful, it's just cheesy. But it gets picked on a lot. But it's got Shatner and Ernest Borgnine, and it's fun. It's good. So yeah, I mean, America had plenty of grindhouse and drive-in movies that you could call folk horror. There was no shortage, but obviously small, isolated rural towns, witches, demons, monsters. That's your basic elements, and that's what we've got with this Soviet film tonight. And we've been enjoying V a lot. It's gone by very quickly. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a very fun movie.
Anything before we get into the exciting conclusion of V, Evan?
So, this witch is kind of out for revenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this V stands for vendetta?
Ooh, V for vendetta. Ooh.
Put a mask on the witch. We know that already. We figured that out.
Love it. Well, I mean, dude, you make a great point though. Like, vengeance is on the witch's part. When you're talking about witch movies specifically, that's always like baked in. They've always got a curse. They've always got
It's the thing you don't. That's like that's the thing with the witch. You don't cross a witch because she'll get revenge on you.
Mm-hmm. I love that. It's great. I mean, every fairy tale that features a witch. Yeah, I guess that's the whole thing. Well, on that note, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into the exciting conclusion of V right now.
Пусти мене, полковнику, із
змучила, бо вже змучилась дівчина за мною. Ой, рад би я пустити тебе так довго ти будеш, а напись води ще й горілочки, дівчину забудеш.
Пив я воду, пив холодну, та й не забуваю. Поки жив буду, не забуду, якого я кохаю. Ну.
Поки жив буду, не забуду, якого я кохаю.
Казак ничего не должен бояться на этом свете. Пошли в тух.
Like, I think that to me seems kind of like a criticism, like, of the whole ideals of like Russia. Oh, we shouldn't be afraid. We should. So here's this guy. He's trying to like act like he's not afraid, but he's in the wrong. He's done something, That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I feel kind of conflicted about our main character. Like he's such a scrappy kind of guy that like I almost want to forget what an asshole he was at the beginning of the movie.
Right.
Like, do I want this guy to succeed? I don't know.
Казак ничего не должен бояться.
Go ahead and draw that circle, buddy. Oh yeah, let's get good and
Оно
draw.
с первого
Okay.
раза только страшно. А потом оно уже не страшно. Оно уже совсем не страшно. Теперь не страшно. Никто не тронет.
So many pictures of angry God.
Read it right.
Обличишь меня, ниже гневом твоим накажешь и меня. Помилуй меня, Господи, яко немощен есть. Исцели меня, Господи, яко сметошися кости моя, яко сметошися кости моя. Да не потопит меня буря водная, ниже, да не пожрет меня глубина, ниже свидетель. Исцели меня, Господи, исцели меня, Господи, 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 исцели. Господи, опять несу ужасы твои. Господи, опять несу ужасы и изнемогаю. Да Господи, помилуй меня, Господи. Воды животы, кто исповестся тебе? Обратись, Господи, избави душу мою, спаси меня, ради милости.
Flying around blind. She looks like she's having fun at least.
Oh yeah.
The coffin would probably be a pretty comfortable way to fly around, really.
Oh
What?
shit! Coffin surfing.
He's gonna throw a shoe.
Why not? I love the way they do that. It's very smooth.
Yeah.
Напусти на него слепоту, опусти на него седину, заворожи, снегом белым припороши.
Философ, ну вставай.
So if she could do stuff to him the whole time, why is she bothering, like, spooking him around the circle?
Good point.
Музыкантов! Непременно музыкантов! Ну!
He's got the dance and madness.
Break it down.
I guess if I was gonna have any kind of madness, I'd want it to be dancing.
I want March Madness.
Вот это так долго танцует человек.
Да, достаточно долго.
Эй, философ, что с тобой?
И видишь, танцуй, глупая баба.
Мишенька, да ты ж посидел весь.
Ты и правда посидел, как наш царь Евтух.
Пойду к пану и объясню все. Не хочу больше читать.
Что?
Мгм.
Как идет у тебя? Все благополучно?
Благополучно-то благополучно. Такая чертовщина водится, что прям бери шапку, да и улепетывай.
Как так?
Да ваша пан дочка. По здравому размышлению, она, конечно, есть панского рода, в том никто не станет прикословить. Только не во гнев будет сказано, упокой Бог ее душу.
Что? Что, дочка?
Припустила к себе сатану.
Uh-oh.
Такие страхи задает, что никакое писание не учитываете.
Читай. Читай, она недаром тебя призвала. Она, голубенько, заботилась о спасении души своей. И молитвой хотела изгнать всякое дурное помышление.
Власть ваша, пан. Ей-богу, не в моготу.
Читай. Читай, тебе одна ночь только осталась.
It's just
Ты
one
сделаешь
night.
божеское дело. Я награжу тебя.
Да какие бы ни были награды. Как ты себе хошь, пан? А я читать не буду.
Слушай! Философ. Я не люблю этих у себя в бурсе. А у меня не так. Я уж как отдеру, так не то что ваш ректор. Знаешь ли, что такое хорошие кожаные кончуки?
Как не знать? Всякий знает, что такое кожаные кончуки. При большом количестве вещь нестерпимая.
Ты верно не знаешь, как мои хлопцы умеют парить. Они сначала выпарят, потом спрыснут горилкой, а потом опять. Ступай. Исполняй свое дело. Не исполнишь, не встанешь. А исполнишь 1000 червонцев.
Village life.
Provincial life. Sleeping on the cart.
Sitting in the hay with the chickens and the geese and the horses and the cows.
This is his bed under the cart.
Everybody's just sprawled out. Is this what you do? Like when there's no work to be done?
Taking a nap.
You just lay out in the middle of
beside the goat
of the town square. It'd be like people just laying out by their cars. Like, I guess I kind of in college that was the move. You know, you just hang
on the
out
grass or
right
on
on the
the
road by the side of the road by your cars. You just kind of sit around or you hang out. You throw the football. You
It's
know,
just nothing to do.
Street chilling. I get it. I get it.
1000 червонных. Небось, врет старый скряга. Ну да ничего, пан сотник. Я так навострю лыжи, что ты со своими собаками не угонишься за мной.
Damn.
Напрасно сделал такой крюк. Да притом и сюртука жалко. Сукно хорошее. Почем платил за аршин?
Спичка тебе в язык, дядька Евтух.
What a shot. I love that. Why do these compositions make me yearn for this bucolic country life?
I mean, that hay did look pretty comfy. Last meal.
Jeez.
хочешь? Ну то ходим у церковь.
Что, философ, боишься? Ну, сейчас тебе ведьма задаст фейферу.
Чего боюсь? Разве я не козак? Читал 2 ночи. Поможет Бог и третью.
God's got my back, bro.
Видно, проклятая ведьма порядочно грехов наделала, что за нее так нечистая сила стоит.
Ну, пан философ, пора в церковь.
Давай, пришли.
Drunk, blind.
Вот тебе и паночка. Такая, видать, его доля.
Feels like, you know, like a boxing match where like they're putting the guy in.
Yeah,
he's already smashed to bits.
Yes, come on, just one more round. You just got to make it one more round.
I'll buy new eyes.
Или читай, философ.
You trade your eyes for 1,000 gold pieces.
No, I couldn't do it. Guess maybe some other part of my.
How many gold pieces would you trade 1 eye for?
Man, none of my. I couldn't give up my eyes. I care too much about my eyes to give them up. Knock on wood. God, I hope nothing bad.
You have enough gold
happens
pieces,
to
you
me.
don't need eyes.
I guess. I don't know.
Uh-oh. He's so drunk he's gonna draw a triangle instead.
This isn't a circle, it's more of an oval. I'm sorry, this isn't gonna cut it. Evil spirits are getting right in here.
All right.
Боже мой, воззову одни и не услышишь, и в ночи, и в безумии мне нищ есть.
God, where are you?
И в трудах от юности моей я. Важнее же ся смирихся, и изнемогох. Боже, помози мне, помощник мой и избавитель мой, еси ты, Господи, не закосни. Еда мертвыми творишь и чудеса, или врачеве воскресят и исповедаться тебе, селятся и скрыют, ти пету мою сохранят, яко же потерпеша душу мою. Кто исповедуется тебе? Утрудихся воздыханием моим. Эх, Господи, пролей на меня гнев Твой и ярость гнева Твоего, да постигнет я.
Заклинаю тебя кольдуком, пёсьим хвостом.
What?
Не топырем.
Oh, what?
Заклинаю.
Oh, shit! Hell yeah!
Заклинаю.
Oh, jeez. I love this.
What the fuck? Some kind of cat blowfish cactus?
Oh,
thing?
who's this guy?
Ah!
Ко мне
упыри! Ко мне, вурдалаки!
Oh my god. Ah! Oh.
This would be a good Disney ride.
In Russia, this is a Disney ride. I love that.
Приведите Вия! Ступайте! За Вием!
Oh. All right, everybody split. We're out of here. That's V.
Yep.
Wow.
Найди его. Найди его. Найди.
Use your big hands.
Whoa, 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 solo. Ha, 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 ha. Oh.
Петух.
Вот он.
Бессмысленные люди!
Coffin flop.
Just dead bodies busting at it. Shit wood.
It took you long enough.
Да, не повезло нашему хаме.
Так ему Бог дал.
Помянем его душу.
Славный был человек хама. Знатный был человек. А пропал ни за что.
А я знаю, почему он пропал.
Ну?
Потому что побоялся. А если бы не побоялся, то ничего бы ведьма с ним сделать не смогла. Ну, надо только, перекрестившись, плюнуть ей на хвост. И то ничего не будет. Я уж все это знаю. Ну, ведь у нас в Киеве все бабы, которые сидят на базаре, все ведьмы.
See, the director should have put me in.
Now, if I would have been in that
Я
movie.
видел, что он пропал, а?
Говорят же.
Говорят. А если все это брехня? И то, что пропал он, и про ведьму тоже. Мне он после третьего штофа и такое показывает. А может, он и не помер вовсе? Вон, может, это он идет сюда. Видишь?
Как же он.
I like this waiting for Godot.
I know, isn't it funny to
epilogue.
get this at the end of the
Работаете?
Работаем.
Ну, работайте.
Even that right there, like they're like just shooting the shit, and then the bosses come by and like, "Are you working?" And they're like, "Yeah,"
Yeah.
but they're just been shooting the shit. Like, wow. Well, that was V. What did we think, Evan?
I really, really liked that. That was probably my favorite of the season so far.
It's a strong movie,
It's
right?
a very fun movie. A very good point, Ilana. V's only in the movie for like a minute.
It's like the Bride of Frankenstein thing, right? Like the title character only appears in the very last like bit of the movie, and for not nearly as much as you expect.
Yeah. I love when they had to raise up the eyelids of Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh right, yeah. I mean, essentially the shot where they remove the bandage might as well be
kind of, yeah.
But that's a central part of the novella is like, you know, them raising the eyelids.
Yeah, I figured there was something going on there. Like she was walking around like she was blind, and I guess they were all. Is V the only like demon that can see?
Maybe. See, I didn't realize how much of it maybe.
Yeah,
like,
I
has
feel
to do
like
with
there's
sight.
something like I'm missing.
Yeah. No,
Some
I don't.
detail. I have no idea. But
No, I think that's
Pretty cool.
a good point. And the thing, yeah, I mean, it's a fairly faithful adaptation, except for, and I mean, even like V, the look of V is very similar, like early illustrations of the story, like from the early 1900s. That's what V in those illustrations
okay, so
looks
he's
like.
supposed to look like that.
So that, yeah, there's some precedent, I guess,
Okay,
for what V should look like.
His weird, his eyelid.
Yeah,
his big eyelids and his little arms.
Well, yeah,
T-Rex
yeah,
arms.
short, squat. Yeah, apparently they got a circus performer to play the V, and he was like supposedly very strong because the costume was very heavy.
It looked pretty heavy.
It was, you know, this short,
Like,
squat,
could be
top-heavy costume, right? Like, it was very top-heavy. Yeah, and I mean the actual in the novella, I don't think that they leave any facet of it open in terms of coma living or not. I think in the story they're talking about him and he's dead. I don't think, whereas here at the end we saw they float, well, he may not even be dead. He could still be alive. You know, like it's open-ended, and I think even that is to me it's interesting that they would take that tact with it, you know, if the story's not that way.
Yeah, that's
kind
just
of
true. That's true. I feel like it's technically open-ended. Like I felt.
You felt like he died?
Yeah, I felt like it was trying to convey that he died, but I guess, you know.
See, when I watched it, I don't, because it's, you made a great point when we were watching it that like part of you is like, okay, he was an asshole in the beginning. I shouldn't root for this guy. But then the other party's like, man, like I want him. I want to root for this guy. I
You
want
stick with this protagonist for long enough, like you kind of start to forget some of the bad stuff that they do.
Well, and I think a lot of it is a testament to the actor, Leonid Kravliov, who was a Soviet Russian actor who specialized in roles which one I saw described as today, which I thought summed it up pretty well. Brash yet charming, right? Like I think that's a good.
Yeah.
You know,
he's
he's just kind of got this like charisma to him where he's a little cocky, but like you could tell the character was learning a lesson over the course of the story, but like it didn't matter. Like the fact that he was like praying and that he was trying, like maybe saw some, of the error of his ways. It didn't matter. There was nothing he could do that, I mean, his fate was kind of sealed.
Yeah,
so.
he kind of knew he was doomed.
So I think, that
it was a slow execution there, a 3-day execution.
Yeah. I mean, just the whole like layers to it of it was this witch that he had this encounter with, but then he's been contacted to go to this village and it seems like it's separate, but then it's very modern almost in kind of the way that it's got all these layers that unfold as you go along and you kind of see the depth of things and there's just a lot.
It sounds like a novel plot.
Right. And it may be worth it to read the novella. I may need to check it out and see what it's all about after this. Because this is the third time I've seen this movie, and I enjoy it a lot. It's very, again, to me, there's a little bit of a hint of like the AIP Roger Corman gothic horror movies. And just kind of those movies are a little more goofy. This is like whimsical. I wouldn't call this like goofy per se. This is like whimsy to it.
There's kind of a tongue-in-cheekedness to it.
Right. Yeah. Which I mean, I think like the AIP Roger Corman, those kind of gothic horror movies had that more than the Hammer movies, which were a little more straight-laced. The humor would be very British, very dry, but I wouldn't always say that it was like tongue firmly in cheek. Whereas I'd say this, it's funny that this is one of the only horror movies that came out of that time.
It's kind of a wonder.
And that last sequence, I mean, just with all the effects,
Yeah. You know what that reminded me of?
What?
The times that you've showed us the blackout for the spook show.
Ah, yes.
That like overwhelming of the senses of
just kind of barrage
the
of
bombardment of horror imagery,
scary images. Yeah, and they do it so well with the camera movement and the just the perspective of everything. Yeah, I mean, there's so much to appreciate in terms of story, in terms of production. It's just, it's a winning movie. And I when I found it, I was like, I got to show this on the stream. And I'm glad we got through it. I mean, hey, it's a win. We'll
I guess Mystery Science Theater didn't do this one.
No, I don't think this. I think that they would be a little reticent. Again, they did other Ptushko films, the creative force behind this movie, but this one was never released in the United States in the same way that those films were. It's kind of crazy when you think about it, because again, I mean, even the score kind of sounds like an AIP. What's that guy's name? Lex Barker, Lex Baxter. I don't know. There's some composer, and like it kind of sounds like the score from The Raven. It kind of sounds like some of those. So again, it just it's there's just the inherent commercial qualities of this movie are inherently like American genre kind of equivalent. So it just was right up the alley for this show, and I'm really glad that we got to see that tonight. So that was V, our first presentation of Shocktober. And don't worry, we've got plenty of more goodies coming up for you this season. Of course, next week, we're going to be, it's funny, I guess swinging the pendulum in a different direction, but still sticking with the folk horror angle.
Okay.
So, obviously we have really enjoyed folk horror tonight, but we've talked a lot also tonight about American folk horror and what that entails and what it could be, and etc. But when you're talking specifically about like urban legends and folklore, like specifically American folklore, what's a great one that always comes up around Halloween time? Can you think?
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna say Hook.
It's a good one,
but I don't think that's what you're going for.
It's a little more modern. This is a little more like Revolutionary War era.
Oh, I don't. What is it?
So it is not even close to an adaptation of this story, but there's a similar element to everybody's favorites fall time horror tale, Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, okay.
The Legend of Sleepy Hollow with the Ichabod Crane, of course. Everybody's favorite milk toast horror hero, Ichabod Crane. Yes. So this is not an adaptation of that, but we're gonna just get some kind of allusions with the 1972 film Curse of the Headless Horseman. So I think that's pretty. I mean, that title sounds like, oh, okay, so that sounds pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But this is very much a 70s drive-in grindhouse like genre excursion. I believe we're like out in the desert somewhere, and it's like taking place in the modern day, and somehow there's a headless horseman in this part of America. And I don't know. Again, it's not really an adaptation of the classic tale, but takes an element of it. And hey, I think even that is serviceable on this show. I mean, whatever the public domain has to offer, and this is the Sleepy Hollow. So this were the 1920 version of the story. So you tell me. You tell me if it was fresh. I know what his answer would be. I know some people don't mind silent movies that much, but I know it doesn't keep other people's attention. So,
well, I'm down to drive in, pull up, lean back.
Hell yeah.
Get nice and headless.
Yeah, it is going to be a good time. So you can join us next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern for Curse of the Headless Horseman, our second new feature of Shocktober. Of course, gonna have a new Saturday night shocker for you tomorrow night. We're keeping the witch theme going. We got a Wicked Witches themed Saturday night shocker tomorrow night. And we'll be showing the She-Beast. So we talked about the She-Beast tonight. If you haven't seen it in a while, you can catch that over here on the channel tomorrow night. You can also see City of the Dead, which we talked about. And what's the other witch movie I put on there? The Terror. Which I love. I love the Terror. One of my guilty pleasures.
Yeah, that's a good lineup. Those three.
Yeah, those three together, right?
Yeah.
That'll be fun. So you can tune in for that tomorrow night. I think around around 7:30. Maybe a little before. And then, of course, next week we'll be keeping the trivia going strong. So please join us for that. Getting into the back half of Mystery of the Riverboat as well. That's been a lot of fun. So we're looking forward to the rest of what Shocktober has to offer. And really, really, really appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Of course, all of our very good friends in the chat. Sears, Scott, Alana, Jack. Hold on, I know Alana sent me my email. Bees, of course. We hope Bees continues to recover and heal up okay. Jenna, Tom, William, Sweet Feet, Scott, Tina. Did I say Kathy? I said Sears. If I missed anybody, really, really, really appreciate you tuning in tonight, helping us continue to ring in Shocktober, and plenty of good things along the way. So please continue to tune in, and we love hanging out with you guys, and we'll keep the content coming. And of course, keep up to date on our YouTube community page for Evan's Cocktails, and what we're going to be watching, and any new stuff that might pop up. You never know. Again, the gorilla screening that I did the other night was kind of last minute, so you never know. Y'all just always be on the lookout. But we'll have our regularly scheduled programming, of course, for the rest of the month. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun tonight. Definitely enjoyed V. Anything before we sign off tonight, Evan?
If you squint, a blind witch riding a man like a horse is kind of like a headless horseman.
I see it.
You should just put a pumpkin on her. That's like a mask.
The one thing this movie was missing, pumpkins.
Do they have pumpkins in Russia?
That's a great point. Yeah, because there was a guy running off with a pumpkin when they were running through the village
some
at the
kind of
beginning.
gourd.
They can grow some kind of gourds out there. The more you know. Until next week. Sweet screams, everybody.
As you all a good fright.